What is going on, my people of Somewhat Supernatural? We're back with episode 3.
Dude, this is what you look like in that tombstone.
Yeah. I'm all angry. So today, the subject we're going to talk about is something that I said when I first started this show I would never cover. Because quite frankly, this subject frightens the hell out of me. But today, the subject we are about to discuss has been deemed by some as dangerous. Even whispering about this subject can cause even the bravest men to look over their shoulders or cause a shiver to run down their spine. Most won't do so during the daylight, much less after sundown. And of course, I'm talking about skinwalkers. The term skinwalker remains a loaded term, a devastating term, unrivaled in the cryptid community to conjure up so many memories, emotions, stories, and legends. Most can be dismissed as simple exaggerations or a modern myth. But if you're brave enough to dig a bit deeper, you can find that the truth of the skinwalker is darker than any wives' tale told around a campfire. Doom, doom.
That being said, let's do this.
Oh, yeah. Look at you with your. You got to have protection. Are you
I ain't
scared?
taking no chances. No chances. Nope.
I'm sharing this right now on Facebook. We are live. Episode, what is this? Episode 3? I put episode 3, so it better be episode 3. I don't even know. So, like I said, welcome everybody to Somewhat Supernatural. I am your host with the ghosts, the one and only Lord Scuba Cabra, and with me is my co-host, the one and only Lord Benjamin Maximus.
Yo, thank you for using my proper title.
Yes, sir. Of course.
I hate it when people don't use other people's titles.
You know, when it irks me, man. Whenever I'm on a podcast and my proper title isn't used, I mean, it's just.
I know, like, what kind of freaking jerk would do something like that? Like,
I don't know, but I think he made up for it. So
I would hope so, because yeah.
For those of you that don't know, when I was on Ben's podcast, he did not call me Lord Scuba, not one time. He did it the second time though, so
but cool. I did call you Daddy.
Hey, whoa! TMI. The Somewhat Supernatural people do not need to know that. Ben, entertain the people. Let us know, what have you been up to since the last time we saw you on Somewhat Supernatural? I gotta fucking throw my dogs in the room.
Well, things have been going pretty good. Work has been kicking up, so getting back into the swing of things there. I finally got my arm looked at. I got a tear in my muscle, so got some steroid shots and starting to feel better. And I'm looking forward to day after Thanksgiving or the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, buddy.
We got some stuff going on.
Yes. Ben will be joining us on our investigation of the Goatman Bridge and the Haunted Hill House.
The Hill House.
Now, I am very excited for that, especially because of how sensitive your wife is to things when it comes to the paranormal. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what occurs at Hill House with you guys there. So
yeah, I'm excited too. Sandra's really, you know, she's hyped, but she's also kind of like, babe, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm like, well, whatever happens, you know, we'll deal with it. Because, you know, the way COVID has been, we need to get out the house. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I would rather brave whatever spirits have in store for us there than to deal with that freaking virus anymore. So,
yeah,
lost too many people. Too many people.
Way too many good people, man. Way too many good people gone from this stupid ass virus. But what else have you been up to, man, other than work? And I know we just passed Halloween and you did some things at the house. Did you get any trick-or-treaters?
Honestly, no. I got 0 trick-or-treaters.
Wow.
I was very upset about that. Yeah, we have this huge pot of candy now that I'm going to be forced to eat. Don't want to, but I'm going to be forced to eat. So, you know. But yeah, we set up the projectors. I had the trio of pumpkins scene, so that was cool. The neighbors really liked it. I had Boner, my giant 8-foot skeleton, out, and he was entertaining, you know, the neighbors, and I had another projector going with ghosts all around the house and everything. So it was cool. Just there was no, I guess my neighborhood just there's no kids. So that kind of sucks. So if anybody wants to buy a house, we're gonna be looking for a neighborhood.
We're moving to Candy Cane Lane
Right, dude. Have you seen what happens on the island?
on Halloween.
Yeah,
Oh no, do they have it big out
dude,
there?
it's huge. Like the whole neighborhood out there in this one particular spot, like blocks are shut down. Like thousands of people there handing out candy and trick or treating and all this stuff. And you can go up to a house and somebody there hand you a beer, a Jello shot, or whatever. I mean, it's like that, dude. It's freaking awesome. This is the first year we haven't gone since Sandra and I have been together.
So we're living on the wrong side of town, is what you're saying,
dude. Seriously, dude. But I was looking at the houses over there. It's like $300,000 and shit.
God damn.
Yeah, but
crazy.
That's the kind of stuff that I want to be involved in. Just I mean, not that level of crazy, but I want kids to come by and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get any trick or treaters either here at the apartments, and I was kind of bummed out. So what I did was I went walking around looking for trick-or-treaters to give my candy away to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was walking around in my Victorian vampire costume, just fucking, here, kid, candy. Here, kid, candy. You want candy? Here's candy.
Your Severus Snape outfit?
No. I didn't wear the black cape. I didn't wear the black cape or the wig this time. It was just a top hat.
But dude, that was the wedding, dude. I heard.
Oh, dude, that. The wedding was cool, dude. It was so cool. Like, your wife's niece came out in a fucking coffin. Like, it was badass, dude. That was like
they did the wedding rehearsal here at the house.
Yeah.
And she's so freaking skinny, dude. Like like I was like, I could carry her on one hand. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
But it was really awesome the way they did it. I saw the videos. It looked awesome. I heard that you had a really interesting reaction to it.
Oh, dude, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, it was awesome. Like, it was literally the coolest wedding that I've ever officiated. Like, it was awesome. And I even told them that, Elijah and Mystica, I told them that. I was like, yo, this is legit the coolest wedding that I've ever officiated. Yeah. And I've done some cool Halloween weddings, you know what I mean? But the intro itself on this one was just fucking amazing. Like, it was so cool.
Mystica was she had a vision, and she was going to make sure that vision was executed to her specifications. Know what I mean? So
yeah,
got to admire her for that.
If I ever get married, if and when I ever get married again, I have the same plan for my third wedding. I want to do some cool shit for that one. Thinking maybe Star Wars theme or something would be fucking cool. So, but I haven't been up to shit since the last time you guys saw me on Somewhat Supernatural. I've been working and doing Gore and More. You guys can catch me every Monday on the Gore and More podcast right here on Project Louder. Also, be sure to check out Ben's podcast, the Recycled Corn Podcast, right there on his shirt. I like it. I like the shirt. But today, we're talking about the ancient Native American legend of the Skinwalker. Now, there are a lot of people that say you should not cover this topic. Even saying the word Skinwalker is now, but here's my thing. Okay, this is a Native American legend, so I don't believe now, and I could be wrong. Excuse me, I could be wrong, but I don't think saying it in English gives it as much power as saying it in the native tongue. You know what I mean?
I'm sure, but as someone who has Native American blood, like I said, I'm not taking no chances.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But yeah, because even the translation isn't even the word Skinwalker. When you translate it, it translates to something else, like he who walks on all fours or some shit like that. We'll get it in this description. Right. So basically, what is a Skinwalker? Well, the Skinwalker is an ancient Native American legend that takes on various forms across tribes. In Navajo lore, a Skinwalker, or the Yinaldushi, something like that, is a kind of wicked sorcerer. And if I butchered it, I apologize to all my Native Americans. I apologize. And a wicked sorcerer who can transform into, occupy, or disguise themselves as an animal. The Navajo skinwalker has deep roots in Native American folklore. Other tribes throughout the region have a version of a skinwalker. The shapeshifting skinwalker takes on various forms across tribes, but most agree on what it looks like: a deformed animalistic body, marred face, and blazing orange or red eyes. While paranormal investigators, such as myself, probe the property with novel inventions, what we seek has a history that is centuries old. And that is the legend of the Skinwalker. So, Ben, do you want to read a little bit and give us a little bit on the origin of the Skinwalker?
Sure. The Navajo have the most well-documented and arguably some of the most interesting lore surrounding skinwalkers. Many of the Native American dislike the fact that skinwalkers appear in modern media because of the superstition that mentioning them might cause them to hunt the mentioning person down. This is the same reason why they don't like talking about them with non-natives. From my research, I found out that a lot of times skinwalkers will only share their um, abilities with like-minded people. You know what I mean? So unless you're in that circle, you're really not going to find any hard information about what it takes to be a skinwalker.
Yeah,
Um,
you have to be of evil intentions. I know that it says in here later on that not every witch is a skinwalker, but every skinwalker is a witch. So
right.
you have shamans, that practice mystical arts and stuff like that in the native culture, and not all of them are skinwalkers because they practice the good. It's like
Right.
it's like the Jedi and the Sith.
Right.
Really,
And that's a good modern interpretation for people to get a good idea of what actually we're dealing with here. I mean, some traditions believe that skinwalkers are born of a benevolent medicine man, somebody who wants to help, but then turns around to abuse the magic for evil. The
yeah.
medicine man is given mythical powers of evil that vary from tradition to tradition, but the power all traditions mention is ability to turn or possess an animal or person. Other traditions believe a man, woman, or child can become a skinwalker should they commit any kind of deep-seated taboo. Like one thing that I've heard was to murder a family member or close friend. Um,
Okay.
and upon initiation, the person is said to gain the power to become. Um, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
Just say skinwalker.
Yeah, skinwalker. Um, in the Navajo language, it translates to with it, he goes on all fours. This is done via dance, song, ritual, ceremony used to curse instead of to heal. Although both men and women can become skinwalkers, men are more commonly initiated. It's generally thought that only childless women can become witches. Not every witch is a skinwalker, but every skinwalker is a witch, as you said already.
Yeah. So I wonder why. I mean, and I guess it's because you when a woman has a child, most women have that motherly bond. You know what
Right.
I mean? So that would inherently stop you from completely being evil for most people. I guess
Well,
because
I said, think about the shock that comes out when people find out that women are serial killers.
oh yeah, oh
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like
definitely,
like
yeah,
that will gain national attention. So you can only imagine, women have, like you said, that nurturing nature, whereas men are more likely to, be the ones to go to war, to start a fight, or to commit atrocities. You know,
yeah.
let's be real and call a spade a spade. Men have caused a lot of shit. We're responsible for a lot of freaking bullshit just because of you know our ego.
Yeah. So,
So
in some stories, people who have attained the highest rank are called klizadi. Klizyati, which means pure evil. And I fucking hate that I'm butchering this beautiful language because
Right.
it's
But I
such
mean, it's
beautiful
probably a
language.
good thing that you're not saying it right,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
then
because I ain't trying to conjure up this shit. So this can be achieved by killing a close blood relative, like you said, incest, necrophilia, or other culturally taboo and evil acts. Upon completing one or more of these acts, it is said to destroy their humanity and allow them to become fully initiated in the way of witchery. But I guess more in the way of the dark side of the witchery, because like I said, there are good witches out there.
right.
So although a
Sounds like a
skinwalker,
Horcrux.
yeah. So although a skinwalker is most frequently seen as a coyote, a wolf, a fox, eagle, owl, or crow, the skinwalker is said to have the power to assume the form of any animal they choose, a decision based on what specific abilities are needed. For example, a skinwalker may use a bird form for expedited travel and pursuit, escape, or otherwise. Some Navajo also believe that the skinwalker have the ability to steal the face of a person. Now, that I have seen a lot of on TikTok, and not just face stuff, but like vocal stuff.
Right.
I've seen and I don't put a lot of faith into TikTok, you know what I mean, at all.
But
Especially,
occasionally.
but there's some stuff that comes out of like, Mexico or some other place that I believe 100%. But with stuff like this, like I saw this one where this guy was recording and he's like, somebody is calling me from the other room with my own voice.
Right.
And so could that easily be created? Of course it could, but it's still creepy nonetheless. You know what I mean? And there was this one TikToker that I used to follow, and I haven't seen him post anything in a while. And he's this rancher that lives out in a ranch in the fucking middle of nowhere. He's riding his horse, and his horse fucking gets spooked, and he's TikToking, and you hear like a child crying
Yeah, I've
in the
seen that
fucking
one.
middle of nowhere, and the horse is freaking the fuck out. And that right there, I believe that 100%. You know what I mean? That why would this man have to lie about something like that? Granted, it's TikTok. Granted, it's
Yeah.
social media. You want your views, you want your likes, but I 100% believe that something like that has occurred, whether it's occurring now or not on these social media videos. It has occurred before because there's legend of this stuff occurring. So that's how we
Right.
get, these tales that we get. So the skinwalkers are commonly believed to be the color white while in animal form. This is how many distinguish a skinwalker in animal form from a regular animal. The Navajo believe that if you ever lock eyes with the skinwalker, they can absorb themselves into your body. Alternately, some Navajos believe that if you make eye contact with the skinwalker, your body will freeze up with fear, and the skinwalker will use that fear to gain power and energy. Skinwalkers, like many other malevolent legends, gain power from a victim's fear. It is said to say that Skinwalker out loud will attract them to you as if you've been marked. To say their name aloud is to invite them into yourself. Well, I've said it a shitload of times, but I'm also saying you are not fucking invited anywhere near me, anywhere near my family. You can go fuck yourself. We are doing this for the people out there that want to know what you are and who are interested in what you are.
I
I'm getting
I talked to Sandra about this, and she already took care of some stuff around the house. And she was like, I'm not. She goes, I'm going to the art walk. I'm not going to be around for this. She goes, but don't worry, you're safe. So I was like, okay, but still,
Ricardo said, God damn it, I'm late. If you want to jump in, Ricardo, if you want to talk about the Skinwalker, come on in, Papa. You got the link. I sent it to you. So if you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to jump in. Where the fuck was I at? Describing the Skinwalker a little more. Skinwalkers are usually very hairy in their human form. And, Ben, are you a fucking Skinwalker?
No.
Okay. Because it says very hairy in human form.
I can barely walk, so it's a.
And they often wear. I chose the wrong fucking animal.
Right now, if there was a skin driver, maybe a skin Uberer.
Oh yeah, there you go. Skin lifter.
Right.
They often wear animal pelts. Some Navajos describe them as a perfect version of the animal in question. The skin may just be a mask, which are the only garments worn in the initiation ritual. Since skinwalkers are shunned and despised, numerous attempts have been made to hunt and kill a skinwalker. They're not usually successful, however. Sometimes a skinwalker will be tracked down only to lead to the house of the tracker or someone known by him. As in European werewolf lore, a human form will keep any injury sustained during animal form, which is sometimes a good way to find, we're just going to say the S.2 hiding in your village. It is said that if a Navajo was to know the person behind the S.2, they'd had to pronounce the full name, and about 3 days later, that person would either get sick or die for the wrong that they have committed. It was also believed that to kill one in animal form was to shoot it in the neck with a bullet dipped in white ash. I don't know the significance of the white ash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, does it have to be from a particular tree or something? Like
it has
charcoal?
to be. It has to be some kind of specific, maybe like root or herb or something. I tried to find more on it, and of course, I mean, there's really not.
Yeah, you're not gonna find.
Yeah, you're not gonna find exact information on it. Ricardo said so. Their weakness is a bottle of Nair. No, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, my old well, Severin, dude. Have you ever seen Severin without a shirt?
Yes, Severin might be an SW. I'm just saying.
Dang, like, yeah. I mean, you know, love Severin, but I have never seen him in an S dub at the same time. No.
All right, go ahead and take over, Ben.
You see, some say skinwalkers have the power to read humans' thoughts. They also possess the ability to make any human or animal noise they choose, regardless of their current form. The skinwalker may use the voice of a relative or the cry of an infant to lure victims out of safety of their home, since a skinwalker cannot enter an inhabited home without invitation, similar to vampires, which I've heard before. I've been out in the country,
but here's the thing:
heard baby cries before.
Here's the thing, where it says they cannot go into a home without an invitation.
Right?
How many people have welcome mats?
Dude, yes. Okay, thank you. I've been saying that for a while now. Like, if you look at, well, when you came over, my mat that I have outside doesn't say welcome; it says Hogwarts on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's still considered a welcome mat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
well, what if the welcome mat says "go away"?
Maybe I don't know.
Loopholes,
possibly.
See, there you go. Ricardo's got the idea.
Well, there you go, Ricardo. There you go.
Okay. The SW can be spotted and singled out from other people because their eyes glow like an animal's. Sometimes even more so, even in human form. In animal form, they can be spotted by moving stiffly and unnaturally or acting strangely. Skinwalkers use spells and charms to instill fear and control in their victims. Some of the tools at their disposal include fragments of human bone launched by blowguns, which can poison and kill the unfortunate victim, and human bone dust, which can cause paralysis and heart failure. Skinwalkers have been known to find traces of their victim's hair, wrap it around a pot shard, and place it into a tarantula hole. Even live rattlesnakes are known to be used as charms by the skinwalker. The skinwalker can use anything of personal belonging and use in ceremony rituals against the person they are doing evil against.
So, I guess it's a good thing we live in the city and maybe there's no SWs around. I don't know. Most of the time I see any videos of, supposed things, it's like out in the middle of nowhere.
Right. I would say you're more likely to meet what are the Lechusa than a skinwalker,
which is SW literally just the Mexican version of a skinwalker. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the same description. It's an evil witch who can turn into a fucking animal. You know what I mean? They turn into owls. So it's.
What did Ricardo see that night on Mayfield?
Oh, dude. So when Ricardo was on one of the episodes, we were talking and I asked him, have you ever experienced anything paranormal? And him and my cousin were driving home after a night of being out at the bar, and they passed by this house and there was like a trash can outside. And he said he saw like a little baby on all fours that fucking turned into, I forgot what he said, if it was a cat, a big ass cat, or a fucking dog or something, but the fucking little baby thing fucking like transformed into some kind of animal.
Huh.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, that was out in Annabelle, and he was sober when it occurred.
Huh. That's. And how long ago was this?
Oh, this was years ago, man. So I was like, fuck, I wonder if anybody else has.
Maybe eating something turned into a dog.
Yeah. And he was stone cold sober.
Huh. That's interesting. Like I said, I've been out. I've been out camping with the family, and this is when I was younger, and I heard a baby crying. I remember telling my mom, Ma, there's a baby crying out there in the dark. Like, should we go look for it? And she just told me no, close the window or get away from the window, and try to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I just, as a kid, I was just like, okay, whatever, and I did it. But looking back, I'm like, okay, well, what was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, fuck, you never know, man. So, what do skinwalkers use? So, basically they use a powder called corpse dust, also known as corpse poison or corpse powder, and an anti to poison victims. Corpse dust is composed of ground infant bones, often twin infants, specifically bones from fingertips and the back of the skull. Skinwalker blow it into the faces of their victims or down a chimney of the victim's home. I don't have a chimney. Soon after the victim's uh, Soon after the victim breathes the dust, the tongue starts to swell and blacken. They undergo convulsions and die not long after. So if I fucking die in some fucking weird way, that's why, because I did this episode of Somewhat Supernatural. Some medicine men were said to be so in tune with the flow of nature that they could often take the form of a sacred totem animal. Totem animals are kind, gentle animals that have grown on humans so much that they acquire a sacredness and honored with dances, music, and artwork. These men are not to be confused with skinwalkers, however. Medicine men practicing healing, blessings, and the removal of curses, whereas skinwalkers seek to harm humans, lay curses, and practice evil wherever possible. So, this has been legend since before the United States was the United States of America. These tales have been around for hell, maybe thousands of years,
Right.
and so there has to be some kind of truth to this. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a little too strange to just be made up. You know what I mean? Like why would you, like, if you're trying to make a an imaginary something, whatever, why would you choose something like that? Like
Yeah,
these specific rules.
I mean, and there's a lot of like detail in this. You know what I mean? For it just to be chopped up to just, oh, it's just a fucking
And
just
if
a
you look
legend.
at the way people act, the people who actually know, have dealt with this, when you talk to them, you ask them questions, and you see their reaction, that is not a fake reaction.
It's like when you ask a war vet about their time overseas.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean? For
and
the
I bet
most
my
part,
ball sack you won't get the truth out of them.
yeah, because for the most part, nobody wants to talk about that kind of stuff. So, and Ricardo
Like
makes a good point. There's too many similarities across many cultures for it not to be an actual happening or an actual
right.
event.
That's the same way I feel about dragons.
Oh, geez. Are we gonna have to do a dragon episode?
I hope so.
Dragging my balls across your face.
Dude, Sandra got mad when I got her with that one.
Damn, you man.
Okay, so talk to me about modern stuff. Modern, like,
So in 1996 is when the legend of the Skinwalker pretty much blew up into what we know it now, and it gained this popularity because the legend, it gained a lot of attention thanks to growing notoriety of Skinwalker Ranch,
I've heard of
Utah,
it.
which we've talked about on Somewhat Supernatural before during the UFO episode. but there's a lot of strange shit going on there. Now, it's a hotspot of bizarre phenomena, and America got its first real taste of the Navajo legend, like I said, in 1996, when the Desert News published an article titled Frequent Flyers. The story chronicled a Utah family's traumatizing experience with the supposed creature that included cattle mutilations and disappearances, UFO sightings, and the appearance of crop circles. But the family's most distressing encounter occurred one night just 18 months after moving onto the ranch. Terry Sherman, a father of the family, was walking his dogs around the ranch late one night when he encountered a wolf. But this was not an ordinary wolf. It was perhaps 3 times bigger than a normal one, had glowing red eyes, and stood unfazed by 3 close-range shots that Sherman blasted into its hide. Perhaps most terrifying were the voices Terry Sherman heard while walking his dogs late one night. Sherman reported that the voices spoke in a language he did not recognize. Now, that right there leads me to believe that he's not making this up, because he could have easily said they were talking English, they said this, they said that, but it's a language he did not recognize. He estimated that they came from about 25 feet away, but he couldn't see a thing. His dogs went berserk, barked, and ran back hastily to the house. The Sherman family weren't the only ones to be traumatized on the property. After they moved out, several new owners experienced eerily similar encounters with these creatures, and today the ranch has become a paranormal research hub that's amply named Skywalker Ranch. Now,
Skinwalker.
I would love, or sorry, Skinwalker, Skywalker.
Let's not mix
Skywalker joke. Oh shit, Brody Kane in the motherfucking house. What goes on, amigo?
Yeah, the dog was like, motherfucker, I'm gone, and just headed back.
So I was looking at, like, can people get into Skywalker Ranch? This place is fucking sealed as tight as a military base, man. They have private security all along that fucking place, like all over. Yeah, Donnie, if your dog runs, you know it's no joke, because dogs don't run away from shit unless they're really scared.
Yeah, dogs are like, I'll protect you with my life, but not against
this. Fuck this. I am out. So a UFO enthusiast ended up buying Skinwalker Ranch. He's a Las Vegas realtor by the name of Robert Bigelow, and he bought it for $200,000. That's it. Bargain of a lifetime. So he established the National Institute for Discovery Science on the grounds and put up substantial surveillance. The goal was to assess what exactly had been going on there. So on March 12th, 1997, Bigelow's employee biochemist, Dr. Colm Kellum, spotted a large humanoid figure perched in a tree. Detailed in his book, Hunt for the Skinwalker, the creature was about 20 feet off the ground, about 50 feet away. Keller wrote, the large creature lay motionless, almost casually in the tree. The only indication of the beast's presence was the penetrating yellow light of the unblinking eyes as they stared fixedly back into the light. Ultimately, Bigelow and his research team experienced over 100 incidents on the property, but couldn't amass the kind of evidence that scientific publication would accept with credulity. Bigelow sold the ranch to a company called Adamantium Holdings for $4.5 million in 2016.
Talk about return on investment.
Yeah, you're fucking telling me. But like I said, Adamantium Holdings has that place fucking to the core with security. Like,
well, that's where Weapon X is happening, dude. It's adamantium. You know what I mean? They're holding, like,
fucking jeez.
I mean, the UFO technology. I mean, we got it right there. You know what I mean? So,
Brody, thank you for watching from the set. Oh, Brody gets to work on he's working on a set right now. That's fucking awesome. Oh, I fucking love it. Fucking love it. But yeah, Donnie, a Skinwalker is no joke, man. I mean, all legends like that, anything that has that amount of history behind it, like Ben and I said, there's got to be some fucking truth to it, man. Like, it's not just something that somebody made up one day and is like, oh, well, we're gonna cash in on this. No, because this is from fucking old times. This isn't something that just fucking popped up. This isn't something that, this isn't fucking Slender Man or some shit like that. This is shit that has deep roots in Native American culture. I don't want to say American culture, but Native American culture, you know, and it just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I would be curious, but only in as much if I could see it without being exposed to it. You know what I
And
mean?
yes, and that's why when I see these videos on social media, I'm like, fuck, like that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? But I can't wholeheartedly believe it. Now, as a paranormal investigator, that's the kind of shit that we're fucking looking for. Is
Right.
it worth my life to get on film? Oh yeah, fucking most definitely. As long as it can be put out. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't want to fucking go and catch this thing on fucking video and then I die and it never fucking sees the light of day. You know,
Right.
like
Like
it would need to be
it's on
worth
your
it.
phone, and then they're like, "No, we're not going to release this." Um, for whatever reason. You
That
know what I mean?
scared
That would
the living shit out of me. My fucking
the four
daughter's
legs
friend.
going by.
Well, dude, my dog walked by and I was like, what the fuck? And then I heard the front door close and my daughter's friend took off walking. We're running by and I was like, oh shit, it's Skinwalker. I'm gonna die. This is
Like
how I
you're just
die.
talking about it, talk about manifesting your
Yeah,
destiny,
no shit. But
dude. If we caught an attack on you live, dude, talk about ratings.
oh fuck yeah,
This ain't even sweet.
that would be the way to go live on someone supernatural, fucking taken out by a fucking
An
Skinwalker.
exclusive. It's like I'll be ready for interviews. Be like, he was my best friend. He told me when he dies, I could have all of his toys.
Yeah, no, Damien gets all that. So a Skinwalker, Brody, it's basically like the biggest of an animal you can think of, but it just doesn't look right. I don't know if Australia has any kind of Skinwalker, man. To be honest, I didn't really see anything about any other. I know other areas have changelings and things like that, but
The Aboriginals. Well, nothing to quick Google. Is like,
true that. Oh, and I'm sure that Aborigines has some kind of, some kind of entity that may mimic the same similarities as a Skinwalker. Yeah, and they can take the form of their victim. They can steal your face. They can possess your mind. They can do. And one thing that I did also hear is that the closer or the farther away that a Skinwalker like when you hear it, the farther away that it is, it's actually closer to you. So it's kind of like throwing its voice to kind of get you to go in like the opposite direction or come closer to it because you think that, oh, it's 50 feet away or 100 feet away or whatever the case. But you walk and it's right there, and then it blows a little dust into you and then fucking eats your ass or whatever it is that they fucking do.
okay, there is something Australian Aboriginals Kurdaitcha Kurdaitcha ritual executioner. This is just what I found. It says it wears woven feathers and human hair and treated with blood. Huh. So that's something we're gonna need to look into.
Well, I mean, we have fucking hella episodes that we can do on all different types of shit. Like there's always going to be paranormal shit. You know what I mean? That's why I love this topic of the paranormal. But back to Skinwalker Ranch, I would fucking love for Dark Side Paranormal to be able to investigate Skinwalker Ranch, but they don't fucking allow anybody in there for whatever reason, whatever they have going on there right now.
Well,
There's
what if we said please?
that'd be I mean, we could try.
Has anybody tried please? I
I
mean,
I did not. I haven't emailed them yet, but I mean, if you want to email them, shoot them an email. And
I'm very, I'm mediocre at writing. I might be able to.
I don't know, man. You're pretty awesome at intro stuff. So, Ricardo, jump on if you want to jump on, Papa.
Right, like in was it a Dragon Ball Super? Beauty peas with cherry on top.
Pretty peas with a cherry on top. What? Yeah, but I just and there's this one. Fuck, I don't even know if it was from the show because there is a documentary about Skinwalker Ranch or a show or some shit. I never watched it. But there is no, they're gonna keep us out with their fucking machine guns and shit. We can use live baits.
Well, if you shoot yourself with smaller caliber bullets, you can develop an immunity.
That's not how that works. It's not how that.
Okay,
it's not how any of that works. No.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Nobody out there.
Don't do that for legal reasons.
Do not listen to Ben for legal reasons. Do not do that at home. But I saw this video one time of somebody who had stayed at one of the cabins inside Skinwalker Ranch, and you can hear something outside fucking scratching on the fucking walls and shaking the shit out of the fucking cabin. And they were like super scared to fucking go out, which dude, I don't even give a fuck if it's humans out there fucking around. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go fucking look. Fuck all that, because what if it was a fucking Skinwalker? What if it was a fucking alien? I don't want to see a fucking alien.
I don't have a hero complex. If I hear you outside, you're gonna die.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, but they didn't have any. The thing is, they didn't have any weapons on them. Now, if I had a gun or something, yeah, I'm gonna go investigate. Whatever, I got my piece. I'm good.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, there's thunder and lightning.
Oh, mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2, motherfucker.
El Manos de Piedro. But I mean, I'm interested seriously about hearing firsthand accounts. You know what I mean? Like, hearing stories of people who've had multiple run-ins with them.
But that's the thing. The people that have had the multiple run-ins are usually native, and they won't talk to you about it. Now, have other people experienced it? Yeah, but the ones that have the experiences, they just won't fucking talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's got to be something out there. Somebody who's willing to.
I mean, I could show them my ancestry DNA and show them how I'm fucking 49% native, but I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. Damn right, Brody. One of them's for sale. If you want to buy it, he'll ship it to you in Australia.
Yeah, it may cost a little bit in shipping, but yeah, this one's for sale.
We just turned into QVC.
But instead of 4 easy payments, I want to do 3 easy payments and 1 really fucked up payment.
Yeah, like $6.27 as the last payment.
But it has to be in wheat pennies before 1940.
So there are also many stories about skinwalkers online on Reddit. You can get on Reddit. I mean, take it for what it is.
The TikTok ones, yeah.
TikTok, fucking YouTube, wherever. There's tons of shit that you can look up. And, the experiences commonly occur on Native American reservations or around Native American reservations and are allegedly only prevented by the blessings of medicine men. Those who claim to have seen these skinwalkers also said that they were fast and made a hellish noise. So I did see this one TikTok where this guy is outside. He's on a reservation and you hear this fucking scream. Like, if a human made that fucking scream, I wow, props to them, because he's like, you can hear this thing like clear across town. And it's just fucking just this horrid fucking noise, man. And other people are coming out of their fucking houses and they're just like fucking looking around. And then like all the older people are like, no, get inside.
Yeah, they know. Yeah.
No, Ricardo, we're not doing a Mexico investigation. I already told you no. Not going to happen. So I myself, I've never had any personal experience with a skinwalker. The closest thing that I've had experience with anything close to a shapeshifter was lechuza, which is a Mexican witch bird, which is very, like I said, is very similar to a skinwalker, but of this level, I've never experienced anything.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's one of those things where I'm curious, but not so curious that I'm gonna go ahead and head that way. Like if I'm outside in Native American land and I hear a whistle or something like that, I'm just gonna go inside.
And you know what, Brody? So Brody said that's probably for when we do the audio only. Brody said that's probably what my mate heard the other week. He said it's nothing like he's ever heard of before, and it freaked him the fuck out. So, I mean, it could be, man. It could be a skinwalker. Like we said, every tribe has a different version with similar characteristics. So it could easily be an Australian Aboriginal type of skinwalker.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, like, legends, like I said before, legends of dragons have popped in almost every culture all over the world, nearly simultaneously. So it's kind of like, how do you explain that when these people had no contact with each other? So it makes sense for there to be um, fact in with the legends that come out of these stories from all over the world. Some kind of common thread. So you can't just automatically dismiss something because it just seems odd or different or whatever. I mean, there's just too much unknown in the world for people to just say, oh well, this can't exist, so it doesn't.
Look, all I'm
Right.
saying is if you can believe that a fucking talking burning bush existed at one point in time, if you can believe that there was a giant named Goliath who was taken down by a little boy named David, if you can believe in all these things that are in the Bible, why can you not believe that things like this exist? Granted, I get it, because you're only supposed to believe in this and believe in that. And I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying what anybody believes in is wrong, but you have to look at the bigger picture.
And keep an open mind.
Exactly. And that's all life's about, man. We question that. That's why we're here. I honestly believe that is why we are on this planet, is to question. Ricardo said the bush
Ricardo.
did exist. He was shot by a dude looking for El Guapo. That was the singing bush, not the burning bush.
Are you the singing bush?
Well, see, and Brody said we live in an Aboriginal like town, so there you go. So it easily could be some form of that. Donnie said there's too much out there for these legends not to have some truth to them, and that is 100% true. Um, I mean, and like I said, demons and things like that. Who knows? Who know? Maybe what you see as demons are something even older,
Right.
entities even older, and we just don't understand them. I did have this thought in my head the other day, and I don't
Or
remember
where
who I
else would
told.
you have the thought?
Oh, no. I told my daughter though. I think I told my daughter. I don't remember if I told my daughter or if I told Damien. I was like, dude, what if the reason there's like demon possessions and fucking, you get scratched by like demons and stuff. What if they're animal spirits and that's why they don't make any sense and they can't fucking talk and shit and all you hear is like growls and stuff? Like it could be like a bear spirit that's like, "Roar," and then it fucking scratches you and you think it's a demon, but it's
Right.
really
You,
like
you
it's
just
like
you
a
just
bear
give it
ghost.
some honey or some shit,
Yeah,
and
it's like
it's
a
like
fucking bear
good.
ghost, bro. I blew my own mind with that theory. I was like, holy shit.
Okay, but what about the ones that turn your head around and make you throw up pea soup?
That's only in the movies, Benjamin. I've never witnessed that in real life, so only on the screen. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but the ghost of Winnie the Pooh. Bring me some honey. I don't know, man. I just the Skinwalker is definitely one of the more horrifying legends out there, along with the Wendigo, which we need to do an episode on. That's another one that we're not supposed to say the word out loud, but you know.
Okay, let me ask you a question though, and I want this to be put online right now.
All right, let's go.
We're about to go to an area with a lot of woods.
Oh, fuck.
Is this going to be on your mind now? And do I need to tell Sandra to help you out a bit?
No. I'll be good. You know, when I go to investigations, I'm always very like, oh shit, what
Do
was
you
that?
have another
You know what I mean?
bracelet?
I'm always protected. I'm
All
good.
right, all right.
I'm always protected. And I'm gonna get some more before we go, only because of the area that we're gonna be in. Um, I'm not so much worried about Hill House. If something happens, something's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
It's that bridge.
it's the bridge that kind of has me like, because something may happen, something may not happen. Now, when we go wandering through those fucking woods, I'm not worried about the spirits that are there. I'm not worried about the entities that are there. I'm worried about what if somebody's in the fucking woods trying to fucking rob us or fucking kill us and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm taking
But
my gun.
that's what I'm gonna say. That's when they're gonna find out you don't fuck with the dark side paranormal because we are strapped all the fucking time on investigations.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Donnie, fucking skinwalkers are fucking terrifying, bro. Like I said, the legends itself is just it's a horrifying thing, and especially Wendigos as well. And there's a game on PlayStation 4 called what the fuck is the name of that goddamn game? Oh my
That's a
god.
weird name for a game.
Hold on, I have it here. Till Dawn. Until Dawn. Have you ever played this game?
I've watched the gameplay of it, but I played a Rush of Blood, which is in that universe.
Okay. So this right here, this game is actually so fucking cool if you are into like the whole Wendigo legends and shit. This game right here, bro, if you can keep everybody alive in the game, I commend you because you can save everybody. This game has tons of fucking different endings. It plays out like a movie. And so you can save people or they die. You get a different ending if you save everybody. It's crazy, and it all has to do with the fucking Wendigo. Like it
Really?
was a damn good game. Yeah, it's nothing like the fucking VR game.
Oh yeah, because the VR game was awesome by itself. But
Yeah.
speaking of movies and shit, games that should be movies. Did you ever play that game? Damn, it was it kind of reminded me of the SCP Foundation. Um, I forgot what it was called. It had a girl that had like powers where you could like push stuff and um, damn it, I had it on the tip of my tongue and I don't remember the name of it. But yeah, I'll put it on the Facebook later on if I remember. But there was a game like where you have to fight through certain areas and you'll get like a TV that makes it to where you go back in time or something like that, and you gotta
Hmm.
try to get this TV or a stop sign or whatever. So little things like I said that reminds me of just like the SCP, which again that would go to what like Cabin in the Woods was
Yeah.
kind of like the SCP.
Yeah.
So that was I don't know stuff like that. That's kind of I would say based around legend. Always has that maybe it's real, maybe it's not factor. So
Maybe it's Maybelline.
but yeah, this was a good one. Like I said, for people who want to learn more, go online, do your research, look up videos, look up articles. There's so much that you can learn. But again, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so you got to kind of
make sure you do your homework
your due diligence
correctly. Yes, definitely. So, do we have any questions on this subject? You have anything that comes to mind? Any last thoughts on it?
Chat, do you have any questions?
Chat, do you have anything to say, chat?
Huh?
He said,
From what I've read about Wendigos, they're either protector spirits that turn human that have consumed or humans that have consumed human flesh in turn.
So he says, from what I've read about Wendigos, they're either protector spirits that turned, or humans that have consumed human flesh and turned into Wendigos.
Yeah. See, that's what I heard. That was a Wendigo was caused by cannibalism.
Yeah, by consuming human flesh.
Yeah.
Because it causes you to like fucking go crazy and shit after a while.
Does eating ass count?
No. It does. You're not a Wendigo. You're a slutty hoe.
I've been called worse.
Yes, her. Yes, her. So I'm thinking that for the next episode of Somewhat Supernatural, I mean, we have Thanksgiving coming up in what, 2 weeks?
Yep.
Fuck.
And then the investigation immediately afterwards.
So this may be the only episode of Somewhat Supernatural in November. Actually, no. I'm lying, because this is the first week of November. Then we have next week. Then the week after that, we can do an episode of Somewhat Supernatural.
Let's say it's no show November.
No show November. But yeah, no, we can fucking totally do an episode on Wendigos. We'll fucking knock that out of the fucking park. And I wanted to have videos for this episode, but it was just hard to fucking find videos without somebody fucking yapping over the fucking video. It's like, fuck, man. Like, fuck off. I'm trying to fucking do a podcast about this shit and you're ruining my shit.
And then, of course, Monday had to kick in, and there's so many things that go wrong.
Yes.
It's not ideal.
Today was like my Monday, though. Today was like my Monday. Fuck yeah, Donnie. If you're down, man, you got a computer, you got a mic, let me know. I'll send you the link. You can definitely be on the show with us. I don't care. It's my show. I do what I want. We can talk about it. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want. But now that we have the supernatural out of this, I saw the fucking Eternals yesterday.
How was it?
I liked it. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't the best.
Post credit?
There's 2.
2? Okay.
There's 2, and I will just say that it has nothing to do with anything we've already had in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, really? Yes. Interesting. So we already got our tickets for Ghostbusters.
Nice.
So we're going Saturday, the week before we head to Hill House. So yeah. I'm excited about that. Ghostbusters was my jam when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Ghostbusters was everybody's jam, bro.
Dude,
like,
I wanted to be Venkman so bad.
I wanted to be Egon. Happened? I don't know. I heard a fucking weird noise.
Well, how can you tell? Do you get all that scary ass shit?
No, I heard. I don't know if the upstairs neighbors like moved a table or something, but I heard a fucking weird noise. They always do that every time I'm on a podcast. They're fucking moving shit upstairs. Every fucking time.
Dude, maybe what we should do is we should have a somewhat supernatural where we rent out the movie theater.
Ooh, now that would be cool.
Get a bunch of fans together and we all watch a movie, and then we can come back and talk about it on the podcast.
So it's gonna be me, you, Ricardo.
Sandra.
That's it.
Sandra via text.
So, all right, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this 3rd episode of season 2 of Somewhat Supernatural. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know.
I had a lot of fun.
I had fun. I always have fun. I'm really tired, though. I'm really tired. I got to fucking work tonight, too. I need to take a fucking nap before I go into fucking work. Yeah. Which is probably a bad idea. I should just tough it out. But I got to get that fucking nap in. So, Ben, give the people the rundown of where they can find your stuff.
All right, you can find me all over socials at I am Ben De Leon. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Snap also, but I don't know why you'd want to follow me there because I'm a complete dork. You can check out my podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other major podcast places called Recycled Corn. And my first guest, of course, was the immaculate man that you see before you. He is probably one of the coolest guys I've ever met, named Scuba. And but I would appreciate y'all checking out the podcast, liking it on Facebook, giving it a thumbs up wherever you can, rate us 5 stars, do whatever possible, share it with your friends, tell your parents, tell your auntie, tell your father to put it on a bumper sticker, rent out a plane, have that little tail come behind it as you're flying over the beach. Do whatever you can, get plenty of free advertising. I would love it. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm shilling for myself right now. You gave me the mic, so I'm gonna use it. But again, check out the podcast. I think y'all like it, and I think that's about it for me.
Also, you guys are going to be catching Ben on Somewhat Supernatural a lot more. He's going to be somewhat of
Get
my
used to this face.
semi-permanent co-host, you know.
And you know me, I'm all about the semis.
He's all about the semis. That's why he keeps me around. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host with the ghost, the Duke of the Dead, the one, the only, Lord Scuba Cabra, saying, see you later, motherfuckers.